The Spot restaurant's been open for 107 years. Spot Miller was the originator of the Spot restaurant, and he arrived in town, as the story goes, with a food wagon, and it was on wheels, and he parked it at this corner. And at the time, the city ordinance said you couldn't sell food off of a wagon with wheels. So he took the wheels off, dropped the wagon, and the Spot was born here on this corner in 1907. There was probably 3 buildings before this current building was built in the 1940s. So there was a wagon, there was a couple shacks that were here beforehand. Back in 1940, the building was just kind of like a wood structured building. They were open 24 hours a day and only closed one time during the year, and that was Christmas Day. And the day that they were cleaning was Christmas. They forgot to turn off the pilot lights and were using flammable material to clean the floors, and the place caught on fire and burned to the ground. So that's what predated this building here that was built in 1941. We are now the last of the Spot locations. There were locations in Lima, Bellefontaine, Athens, Piqua. There was a couple other places as well that we have limited information on. Not a whole lot of history as to why they went there, when they were actually there. From the pictures that I have, we're thinking probably in the early 20s. Before the 1930s is when the locations were in the other cities. This is my 15th year of ownership. I am the 7th owner of the business. I look back over the history, and I kind of go back to the 1950s when the owner at the time, I think, was pretty visionary as to what was going on in the restaurant business and really stayed up with the newest and most modern concepts that were going on in the restaurant business at that time. We started the catering business. He added the drive-in at that point. And at a time when everything was leaving the downtown area and moving towards the new highway that was being built in town, he had the vision to see what was happening and just made the changes that were necessary to really keep the restaurant going. And over the years, I think the owners that have had the restaurant since then have continued to build on that. I think our history and what the Spot has been is what we've tried to stay true to. We have always fresh ground hamburger every day. We grind our own hamburgers every day. We have hand-breaded onion rings and hand-breaded pork tenderloins. The Big Buy sandwich is probably our most popular sandwich. It's a triple-decker bun with 2 patties. We make our own tartar sauce, cheese, lettuce, pickles. Also, we are very well known for our pies. All of our pies are made from scratch, on location. We offer a different meringue pie every day, but typically we have 8 to 9 different pies available for purchase on a daily basis. And we're still using the same formulas and recipes that have been handed down from the early 1950s when a lot of this was started. One of our keys to success has been our employees. We have a number of employees that have been here more years than is the normal for this type of restaurant. They have dedicated their lives here and are very good with the customer base. It's just like family, and the customers are like family. They'll see the same faces at the register or at the grill, and it just has helped build our business to where it is today. Our customer base is very loyal. We are very well known in the community, and that has also helped to reach new customers as well. We get people in from all over the country, actually. In 2004, we were visited by the President of the United States at that time, George W. Bush. He was on the campaign swing at that time. The original plan was for him to just pass through town. He was going from Troy and I think up through Lima, and then was going to end up in Bowling Green, I think, that day. But they had picked some places out along the way that they thought could be a potential stop for him. That morning, about an hour before his stop, we were approached and asked if we would mind if he stopped. There's only been a couple locations. We've had past presidents that have stopped in town. All of them have been in a public place. This was the first time that a president has stopped and come into a business in Sydney or Shelby counties. I think our restaurant is poised for the future. I think people are looking for good quality products at a very reasonable price, And I think that's what we're providing, and I think that's what's going to, as long as we stay with that mission, I think the restaurant can thrive into the future. And we're closing in on 110 years, but there's no reason that we can't go to 125 or 130 years easily. I think things will be great for the future of the Spot Restaurant.